Elena stood by her bedroom window, watching rain fall on grey stones below. Her right leg ached. It always ached. The limp made her different, made her flawed. She heard them again. Voices from the dining hall, sharp, cold, talking about her. She walks like a cripple, her mother said. The words cut deep. They always did. Elena touched the glass. It felt cold, like her mother's heart, like her future. Her father's voice joined in. No man will want her, not with that problem. The problem, that's what they called her leg, her birth defect, her shame. Elena closed her eyes. 3 years ago she fell from a horse. The break never healed right. Now she walked with a slight drag. Now she was broken. She's 18 now, her mother continued. What will we do with her? Elena's hands shook. She knew what came next. She always knew. Find someone, anyone. We cannot keep her here forever. Her father sighed. Who would take a flawed girl? Flawed. The word hit like a slap. Elena bit her lip. Tears came, but she fought them back. She limped to her mirror, looked at herself. Brown hair, brown eyes, plain face, weak leg. Maybe they're right, she whispered. Maybe I am just broken. But deep inside, a small spark still burned. Tiny, almost gone. But there, that spark would change everything. The next morning brought news. Elena sat at breakfast. Her parents watched her eat. Their eyes were cold. We have found you a husband, her mother announced. Elena's spoon dropped. It hit the bowl with a sharp ring. His name is Marcus, her father said. He owns land up north. He needs a wife. Why? Elena asked. Her voice was small, scared. Her parents looked at each other. Something passed between them. He has his own problems, her mother said. You'll suit each other. Problems. Elena's heart sank. What kind of problems? When? She asked. 2 weeks, her father said. You'll leave then. 2 weeks. Elena felt the world spin. 2 weeks to say goodbye to everything she knew. I don't want to go, she whispered. Her mother's face turned hard. Want? You think you have a choice? The words stung. Elena looked down at her plate. You are a burden here, her mother continued. This marriage, it's your only chance. Burden. The word settled in Elena's chest like a stone. Her father nodded. Be grateful someone will take you. Take her. Like she was goods at a market. Damaged goods. Elena excused herself, limped to her room, closed the door. She sat on her bed and finally let the tears come. But even as she cried, that spark inside grew a little brighter. Maybe this was her chance to escape. Maybe this Marcus, maybe he would be different. Maybe. Marcus stood in his study. Papers covered his desk. Estate business. Always estate business. But his mind was elsewhere. 3 years ago. The fire. Sarah's scream. He closed his eyes, tried to push the memory away. It never worked. People still whispered about him. In town. At church. Everywhere. There goes Marcus, they'd say. The one who killed his sister. Killed. The word was wrong. But how could he explain? Sarah was only 16. Sweet, kind, full of life. The fire started in the kitchen. Spread fast, too fast. Marcus ran into the flames, searched every room, called her name. He found her, but too late. The smoke had taken her. He carried her out, tried to breathe life back into her lungs, but she was gone. There, the town needed someone to blame. Marcus was easy. He was the brother. He should have saved her. Why wasn't he watching her? They asked. Why didn't he get there sooner? What kind of brother lets his sister die? Marcus asked himself the same things. Every day, every night. He stopped going to town, stopped seeing friends, stopped living. His estate ran itself. His servants were loyal. They knew the truth. But truth didn't matter to gossip. Truth didn't bring Sarah back. Tiff. Now his housekeeper stood before him. Mrs. Davies, kind woman. Worried eyes. My lord, she said. About the marriage. Marcus looked up. What about it? Are you sure you don't need to do this? Marcus set down his pen. I've decided. But sir, you barely know her. He didn't. Elena, daughter of a minor lord. That's all he knew. Her father's letter was strange, eager, too eager. She would be grateful for the match, the letter said. Grateful. Why would she be grateful? Unless she has challenges, the letter continued. But she is kind, gentle. Challenges. Marcus understood challenges. I need a fresh start, Mrs. Davies, he said. Maybe we both do. Mrs. Davies nodded, but her eyes stayed worried. That night, Marcus walked his halls empty, quiet, full of memories. Sarah used to run through these corridors, laughing, singing. Now they echoed with silence. Maybe a wife would bring life back. Maybe Elena would. He stopped. What was he thinking? This was a business arrangement, nothing more. But as he climbed to his room, he wondered, what kind of challenges did Elena face? And why? Why did her father seem so eager to be rid of her? The carriage rolled up the stone path. Elena pressed her face to the window. Marcus's estate was bigger than she expected. Older, more grand. Fear crept up her throat. What if he was cruel? What if he mocked her limp? The carriage stopped. Elena's heart hammered. A footman opened her door. She stepped out carefully. Her right leg caught slightly. She felt eyes watching, judging. Then, footsteps on gravel. Elena looked up and saw him. Marcus was tall, dark hair, strong jaw, but his eyes held sadness, deep, old sadness. He walked toward her, slow, careful. Elena waited. Her hands shook. He stopped, looked at her, really looked. She waited for the frown, the disappointment, the scorn. Instead, he bowed. Lady Elena, he said. His voice was deep, gentle. She curtsied, nearly lost her balance, caught herself. My lord, she whispered. He straightened. Their eyes met. Welcome to Thornfield, he said. Then, something unexpected. He offered his arm. Elena stared. No one offered to help her walk. Ever. The path is uneven, he explained. I wouldn't want you to stumble. His tone was kind, not mocking, not pitying, just practical. Elena took his arm, felt steadier. They walked toward the house, slow, at her pace. Was your journey comfortable, he asked. Yes, she said. Then added, thank you. For what? She looked at him. For not rushing. Something passed over his face, understanding, recognition. We all have our own pace, he said quietly. Thiez. Inside, the house was warm. Fires burned in every room. Servants smiled at her. Mrs. Davies appeared. Round face, kind eyes. Welcome, my lady. I'm Mrs. Davies. I run the household. Thank you, Elena said. She felt strange. No one had called her my lady with respect before. Marcus watched the exchange. Mrs. Davies will show you to your rooms. We'll dine at 7. Elena nodded. As she turned to go, he spoke again. Elena. She looked back. I will treat you fairly, he said. You have my word. Fairly, not with love, not with passion, but fairly. It was more than her family had ever offered. At dinner, they sat at opposite ends of a long table. Candles flickered between them. Elena ate quietly, carefully. Tell me about yourself, Marcus said. Elena's fork paused. What would you like to know? Whatever you wish to share, she thought. What could she say? That she was flawed, broken, a burden. I like to read, she said finally. What do you read? Stories, poetry, books about healing. His eyebrows rose. Healing. Elena flushed. I know it's strange, but I find it interesting. It's not strange, he said. It's useful. Useful, not strange, not foolish. Do you read? She asked. Yes. History mostly. Some philosophy. They talked about books, safe topics, easy topics. But Elena noticed things. The way he passed dishes without being asked. The way he waited when she spoke. The way he never stared at her leg. Small things, but kind things. As the meal ended, Marcus stood. I have work to finish. But Elena? Yes? Tomorrow, would you like to see the garden? An invitation. Not an order. An invitation. I would, she said. And meant it. He smiled. Just slightly. But it changed his whole face. Good. Sleep well. Alone in her new room, Elena sat by the window. For the first time in years, she felt a tiny spark of hope. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad. Maybe Marcus was different. Maybe she could be different too. The next morning, Elena woke early. Sunlight streamed through tall windows. She dressed carefully, her best day gown, the blue one that hid her limp slightly. Mrs. Davies brought breakfast to her room. The master is waiting in the garden, she said. When you're ready. Elena's stomach fluttered. She ate quickly, then made her way downstairs. The garden door stood open. Fresh air drifted in, sweet, clean. She stepped outside and gasped. Roses everywhere. Red, white, pink. The smell was heavenly. Marcus stood by a fountain. He turned when she appeared. Good morning, he said. Good morning. This is beautiful. My mother planted most of it, he said. Before she died. Elena heard sadness in his voice. She had wonderful taste. They walked the paths, slowly. Marcus pointed out different flowers, told their names. Elena listened. But she also watched him. He was gentle with the plants. Careful. Like he understood fragile things. Do you garden? He asked. A little. My mother never. She didn't encourage it. Why not? Elena hesitated. She said it was beneath our station. Marcus stopped walking. Beneath your station? To create beauty? The way he said it, like the idea was ridiculous. That's what she believed, Elena said quietly. Marcus was quiet for a moment. Then, what do you believe? The question surprised her. No one ever asked what she believed. I think growing things is magic, she said. Making something beautiful from nothing. Marcus smiled. The real one. Not just politeness. Then we agree, he said. Right. Days fell into a pattern. Morning walks in the garden. Quiet dinners. Long talks about books. Elena began to relax. Marcus never raised his voice. Never mocked her. Never seemed disappointed. She started exploring the house. Found the library. Huge. full of wonderful books. She found the kitchen. Mrs. Davies welcomed her warmly. "Would you like to learn some recipes?" The housekeeper asked. "Could I?" "Of course, my lady. Cooking is a fine skill." Elena's mother would have been horrified. Ladies didn't cook, but Elena loved it. The smells, the colors, the way ingredients became something wonderful. Marcus found her there one afternoon, flour in her hair, laughing with the cook. "You look happy," he said. Elena blushed. "I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't." "Shouldn't what?" "Enjoy yourself." She looked at him, confused. "Elena," he said gently, "this is your home now. You can do what makes you happy." Happy? When was the last time someone cared about her happiness? Before. She started helping Mrs. Davies with household tasks, managing supplies, planning meals. Her mother's voice echoed, "That's servant work." But Elena didn't care. She was good at it. People listened to her ideas. Marcus noticed. At dinner one evening, he complimented the meal. "The cook says you suggested the herbs," he said. "Yes, rosemary and thyme. They go well with lamb. It's delicious. You have good instincts." "Good instincts." Elena glowed inside. One morning, a servant cut his hand badly. Deep gash from a broken glass. Elena saw the blood, didn't hesitate. "Bring him to the kitchen," she ordered. "Hot water, clean cloth." She cleaned the wound. "Bound it properly?" The man stopped bleeding. "Thank you, my lady," he said. "It feels much better." Marcus appeared in the doorway. Watched her finish the bandaging. "Where did you learn that?" he asked. "Books, and I used to help our old cook when she hurt herself." "You're very skilled." "Skilled. Not flawed. Not useless. Skilled." Word spread. Other servants came to her with small injuries, headaches, stomach troubles. She helped them all. Found she had a talent for it. For the first time in her life, Elena felt useful. More than useful, she felt valued. And Marcus watched it all with growing respect in his eyes. 3 months passed like a gentle dream. Elena no longer walked with her eyes down. Her back was straighter, her voice stronger. Mrs. Davies noticed first. "You're different, my lady," she said one morning, brighter. Elena smiled. "I feel different." It was true. The constant fear was gone. The waiting for criticism, for mockery. Marcus treated her with respect, always. Word of Elena's healing skills spread beyond the estate. A farmer's wife arrived one morning. Her child had fever. "Please, my lady," she begged. "I heard you help people." Elena looked at the sick boy. So small, so hot. "Bring him inside," she said. She made a cool compress. Brewed willow bark tea. Stayed with them all day. By evening, the fever broke. The woman cried with relief. Thank you so much." Elena felt proud, truly proud. More people came, a man with a twisted ankle, a woman with infected cut. Elena helped them all. She started keeping herbs, learning more remedies from books. Marcus found her reading medical texts in the library. "Fascinating," he asked. "Very. Look at this." She showed him a drawing. "This herb stops bleeding." He sat beside her, close enough to see the page, close enough to catch his scent. "You're becoming quite the healer," he said. "Do you mind? I know some people think it's improper." Marcus looked at her seriously. "Elena, you're helping people. There's nothing more proper than that."
Right.
She began teaching village children to read. They came to the estate twice a week. Elena loved watching their faces light up with understanding. C-C-A-T, cat, she said patiently. Cat. Little Mary squealed. I did it. Elena laughed. Pure joy bubbled up inside her. Marcus watched from the doorway. Elena caught his eye. He was smiling. After the children left, he joined her in the garden. You're a natural teacher, he said. They're so eager to learn. It's wonderful. They walked in comfortable silence. Then Marcus spoke. I've been thinking. About what? You could start a proper school. Here, for the village children. Elena stopped walking. Really? You'd allow that? Allow it? Elena, I'd be honored to have it. Honored. To have her school, her work. Elena's eyes filled with tears. Happy tears. Thank you, she whispered. For a moment, they stood close. Very close. Elena felt something stir. Warmth. Awareness. Marcus felt it too. She could see it in his eyes. But he stepped back. Cleared his throat. I should check on the accounts, he said.
He left quickly. Elena touched her cheek. It was burning.
Something was changing between them. Something dangerous and wonderful. That night at dinner, Elena felt different, more aware of Marcus. The way he moved, the way his hands looked holding his wine glass, the way he smiled when she told him about her day. The school idea, she said. I've been thinking about it. And I'd like to do it. Really do it. Then we'll make it happen. We. He said we. Elena's heart skipped. Marcus, she said softly. Yes? Thank you for everything, for letting me be myself. His eyes grew warm.
Elena, you don't need to thank me for that.
No one ever, my family never. She stopped, looked down. Marcus reached across the table, covered her hand with his. Their loss, he said quietly, their very great loss. Elena looked up, met his gaze. For a moment, the world disappeared. Just them, just this moment. Then Marcus pulled his hand away. The spell broke, but Elena felt it. The connection. The spark. He felt it too, and that changed everything. Winter came early that year. Snow covered the gardens. Fires burned bright in every room. Elena and Marcus spent more time inside, together. Long evenings, by the fire. Reading, talking, sometimes just sitting. Elena felt peaceful, safe, something she'd never known before.
Play.
One evening, Marcus seemed troubled. He stared into the flames, lost in thought. Is something wrong? Elena asked. He looked at her, surprised, like he'd forgotten she was there. Nothing important. But Elena could see the pain in his eyes, the same pain she'd noticed that first day. Marcus, she said gently, what happened to your sister? He went very still. Why do you ask? Because it hurts you. And I care about your hurt. For a long moment he said nothing. Then, there was a fire 3 years ago. Elena waited. Let him find the words. She was everything good in this world. Kind, gentle, full of laughter. His voice broke slightly. The fire started in the kitchen. I was in town. When I got back, he stopped. Swallowed hard. I tried to save her. I ran into the flames, searched everywhere. Elena's heart broke for him, but I was too late. The smoke, it took her before I could. A tear rolled down his cheek. People blamed me, said I should have been there, should have protected her. But you couldn't have known, Elena whispered. Couldn't I? She was my responsibility, my little sister. Marcus buried his face in his hand. Elena moved without thinking, crossed to his chair, knelt beside him. "Marcus, look at me." He raised his head, eyes red with unshed tears. "You are not to blame," she said firmly. "You tried to save her, that's what matters. But I failed. You loved her. You risked your life for her. That's not failure." Elena reached up, touched his cheek, wiped away the tear. "She knew you loved her. I'm sure she did." Marcus caught her hand, held it against his face. "How can you be so sure?" "Because I know you. You're kind, gentle, good. Elena, you took in a flawed girl no one else wanted. You never made me feel ashamed. You let me find myself." Their faces were close now, very close. "You're not flawed," he whispered. "You're perfect, perfect." Elena's heart stopped. "Marcus," he leaned forward. She did too. Their lips almost touched. Then Marcus pulled back, stood quickly. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have." "Why not?" Elena asked. "Because this wasn't supposed to happen." "What wasn't?" "This. I wasn't supposed to care." Care? Elena's heart soared. "But you do care." Marcus looked at her, really looked. "Yes," he said quietly. "God help me, I do." "Good." Elena stood slowly. Her leg ached from kneeling, but she didn't care. "I care too," she whispered. "Elena, I know this wasn't planned. But can't we choose our own path?" Marcus stared at her. This brave, beautiful woman. When had she become so strong? "Your family," he started. "My family threw me away. You helped me find myself." She stepped closer. "You made me feel worthy. For the first time in my life. You were always worthy. Not to them, but to you. Am I?" Marcus reached for her hands, held them tight. "Elena, you're the most worthy person I've ever known." This time, when he leaned down, she met him halfway. Their lips touched, soft, sweet, perfect. When they parted, both were breathing hard. "What happens now?" Elena asked. "I don't know," Marcus admitted. "But I know I don't want to lose you." "You won't," Elena promised. "Not ever." Outside, snow fell gently, but inside, by the fire, two lonely hearts had finally found home. Spring brought more than flowers. It brought a letter. Elena saw it first, her mother's handwriting, sharp, angry. Her stomach dropped. "Marcus," she called, There's a letter." He took it from her shaking hands. "Read quickly." His face went dark. "What does it say?" Elena whispered. Marcus looked at her, pain in his eyes. "They want to visit." "Next week." "Visit?" Elena's blood turned cold. "Why now?" "They've heard rumors. About us. About how happy you seem." "Happy?" Her family would hate that. "There's more," Marcus said quietly. Elena waited. "They mention my sister. They've been talking to people in town." "What kind of talking?" Marcus handed her the letter. Elena read with growing horror. Her mother's words were poison. "We have heard disturbing stories about the man you married. They say he killed his own sister. We cannot allow our daughter to remain with a murderer." "Murderer?" The word hit like a slap. Elena looked at Marcus. "They don't know you, but they know the stories. Everyone does." "The stories are wrong." "Are they?" Marcus turned away. "Maybe your family is right. Maybe you should go with them." "What?" Elena grabbed his arm. "Marcus, no." "Elena, you don't understand. The guilt, it never leaves." "What if I am dangerous?" "Stop it." Her voice was fierce. "You are not dangerous. You're the kindest man I've ever known." But doubt had crept into Marcus's eyes. The old darkness was returning. Maybe it would be better. No. Elena stood in front of him. I won't let you do this. I won't let them poison what we have. But Marcus was pulling away. She could feel it. They're your family, Elena. You're my family now. The week passed in tension. Marcus grew distant, formal. Elena tried to reach him, but walls were going up again. The day her family arrived, Elena stood at the window, watched their grand carriage roll up. Her mother stepped out first. Perfect, cold, beautiful. Her father followed, stern, disapproving. Behind them, her brother Thomas, cruel eyes, mocking smile. Elena's courage wavered. These people had controlled her whole life. Mrs. Davies appeared at her elbow. You're not the same girl who arrived here, she said softly. I don't feel like it, Elena admitted. Then don't let them make you into her again. What? Dinner was a battlefield. Elena's mother smiled, but her eyes were ice. Elena, dear, you look different. Different how? Elena kept her voice steady, confident. It's surprising. The insult was wrapped in silk, but it still cut. Her father studied Marcus. We hear you've been busy, teaching children, playing healer. I've been helping people, Elena said. How charitable, Thomas smirked. Though some might call it unseemly. Marcus's jaw tightened. Your daughter is remarkable. The village adores her. Of course they do, her mother said. They'll take charity from anyone. Charity. Elena flinched. It's not charity, she said. I have real skills. Her brother laughed. Skills? Elena, please, you're playing dress-up. I saved a child's life last month. Lucky guess. Elena felt herself shrinking, becoming small again. Then Marcus spoke. Your daughter is the most skilled healer I've ever seen. She's taught herself medicine, started a school, earned the respect of everyone who knows her. Elena's heart swelled, but her father leaned forward. And you encourage this behavior. I encourage her to be herself. Herself? Her mother's voice turned sharp. Do you know what herself was? A burden, a disappointment, a girl no one wanted. The words hit like physical blows. Marcus stood. That's enough, is it? Thomas smiled coldly. Because we've heard interesting things about you, brother-in-law. The room went quiet. What kind of things? Marcus asked. About fires, about sisters, about murder. Elena gasped. Marcus went very still. What are you implying? We're not implying anything, her father said. We're stating facts. You killed your sister. The whole county knows it. That's not true, Elena said. Isn't it? Her mother turned to her. How do you know? Were you there? Elena looked at Marcus, begging him to defend himself, but he said nothing. Just stared at the table. I see, her mother continued. He hasn't even denied it. Because I can't, Marcus said quietly. Elena's world tilted. What? She whispered. Marcus looked at her. Pain filled his eyes. I can't deny it. Because maybe they're right. Elena felt like she couldn't breathe. Maybe I am to blame. Maybe I did kill her. Her family smiled. Victorious. We're leaving tomorrow, her father announced. Elena comes with us. No, Elena said. But her voice was small, weak. Yes, her mother said firmly. We won't leave our daughter with a murderer. Elena looked at Marcus, pleading, but he wouldn't meet her eyes. Maybe, he said softly. It would be for the best. Elena's heart shattered. The man she loved, the man who'd taught her to be strong, was giving up on them. That night, Elena didn't sleep. She paced her room, angry, hurt, confused. How could Marcus give up so easily? How could he believe their lies? But more importantly, why was she letting him? The old Elena would have accepted this, would have packed quietly, gone home to more years of shame. But she wasn't the old Elena anymore. She was stronger now, braver. She had found her voice. She wouldn't lose it now. By dawn broke grey and cold. Elena dressed carefully, not in traveling clothes. In her finest gown, the green one that made her eyes shine. She braided her hair high, stood tall. Today she would fight. At breakfast, her family waited, smug, certain of victory. "Are you packed, dear?" her mother asked. "No," Elena said calmly. "No?" "Elena, don't be difficult." "I'm not being difficult, I'm being clear." She sat down, poured tea with steady hands. "I'm not leaving." Her father frowned. "Elena, I'm not the girl you threw away," she continued. "I'm not weak, I'm not broken, and I'm not yours to command." Her brother laughed. "Elena, really, this is embarrassing." "What's embarrassing," Elena said, standing, "is how you've treated me my entire life." Her voice grew stronger with each word. "You called me flawed, useless, a burden, because you were," her mother snapped. "No, because you needed someone to blame for your own failures." The room went silent. Elena faced them all, chin high, eyes blazing. "I limp. So what? I still saved lives, taught children, earned respect." "Respect?" Thomas scoffed. "More respect than any of you have ever shown me." She turned to Marcus. He sat quietly, watching. "And you," she said, "you're letting them win." Marcus looked up, surprised. "You think you killed Sarah, but I know better." "Elena, no. Listen to me." Her voice rang with authority. "I've seen you with hurt animals, sick people, children. You're gentle, careful. You protect things." Tears ran down her cheeks. But she didn't stop. "You didn't kill your sister. You tried to save her, just like you saved me. But I failed." "You loved her. Love isn't failure." Elena turned back to her family. "You want to know about Marcus? He's kind. He's honorable. He saw worth in me when you saw only shame." Her mother stood. "Elena, that's enough." "No, it's not nearly enough." Elena's voice carried through the house. Servants gathered in doorways. "You threw me away like garbage." But Marcus saw gold. She looked at each family member. "He never called me flawed, never made me feel small, never treated me like a burden. Because he needed a wife," her father said. "Any wife?" "Wrong." Elena smiled. "He could have sent me back, could have treated me badly. Instead, he let me bloom." She walked to the window, looked out at the gardens. "I've found my place here. My purpose, my voice." She turned back. "And I won't let you take that from me." Her mother's face was red with fury. "You ungrateful child." "Ungrateful?" Elena laughed. "For what? Years of cruelty, constant criticism, being told I was worthless. We fed you, clothed you, housed you, and made me pay for every bite, every thread, every night under your roof." Elena walked toward them. "Fearless now, but I don't owe you any more. I've paid that debt with years of pain." Her father stepped forward. "You'll come home now. This is my home. We're your family." "No," Elena's voice was steel. "Family doesn't throw people away. Family doesn't call love a burden." She looked at Marcus. "Family protects each other, believes in each other, fights for each other." Marcus stared at her. This fierce, beautiful woman. When had she become so strong? Elena faced her birth family one last time. You have no power here, over me, over my husband, over my life. Your husband is a murderer, her mother hissed. My husband is a good man, haunted by tragedy. There's a difference. Elena moved to Marcus's side, took his hand. And I choose him. Today, tomorrow, always. Marcus squeezed her fingers, strength flowing between them. Now, Elena said to her family, you have a choice. You can accept our marriage with grace, or you can leave forever. The silence stretched long. Finally, her father spoke. You'll regret this. The only thing I regret, Elena said, is not finding my voice sooner. Her family left without another word. Elena watched their carriage disappear down the drive. Then she turned to Marcus. Well, she asked. He looked at her, with wonder, with love, with pride. Well, what? Are you going to let them win? Marcus stood slowly, walked to her.
No, he said. I'm going to fight for us.
He pulled her into his arms. My brave, beautiful wife. My good, honorable husband. They kissed in front of the servants. In front of the world. Elena had found her voice, and she would never lose it again. Summer brought new visitors, but these were welcome. Dr. Hayes arrived from London, an old friend of Marcus's late father. He'd heard about Elena's healing work, wanted to meet her. Remarkable, he said, after watching her treat a farmer's infected wound. You have real skill. Elena glowed with pride.
Would you consider formal training? He asked.
Training, medical training. There's a program in Edinburgh for women healers. Elena looked at Marcus. He smiled. If it's what you want, he said. What she wanted. Her choice. Her path. Yes, she said. I'd like that very much. Oh yeah. But Dr. Hayes brought more than opportunity. He brought information. That evening after dinner, he grew serious. Marcus, there's something you should know about the fire. Marcus stiffened. What about it? I've been asking questions, quietly. Elena took Marcus's hand. There was a witness, Dr. Hayes continued. Someone who saw what really happened. Who? Marcus asked. Mrs. Whitmore, your neighbor. She was afraid to speak before, but guilt finally overcame her fear. Elena's heart pounded. She saw you run into the flames, saw you carry Sarah out, saw you try to revive her. Dr. Hayes paused. But she also saw something else, someone else. What do you mean? Elena asked. Sarah wasn't alone when the fire started. Marcus went very still. There was a young man with her. In the kitchen, they were close. Understanding dawned in Elena's eyes. Sarah had a lover? More than that. She was pregnant. Marcus gasped. The boy panicked when the fire started. He ran, left her behind. Who was he? Marcus demanded. Thomas Brixton, the blacksmith's son. Elena recognized the name. He left town right after the fire, because he knew what he'd done. He let your sister die to save himself. Marcus buried his face in his hands. All these years, I thought, you thought it was your fault. But it wasn't. It never was. Elena wrapped her arms around her husband. Mrs. Whitmore is prepared to testify, Dr. Hayes said. To clear your name publicly. Why now? Marcus asked. Because she's dying. And she can't take the secret to her grave. Please. The truth spread quickly through the county. Marcus wasn't a murderer. He was a hero who'd tried to save his sister. The real coward was Thomas Brixton, who'd abandoned a pregnant girl to die. People came to apologize, to ask forgiveness. Marcus accepted graciously. But Elena saw the weight lifting from his shoulders. How do you feel? She asked one evening. Free, he said simply. For the first time in 3 years. Elena smiled. Good. You deserve freedom. We both do. Autumn brought Elena's family again. But this time was different. They came quietly, humbly. We heard the news, her father said, about Marcus, about the truth. And Ella asked coolly. We were wrong, her mother admitted. About him, about other things. Elena waited. We'd like to make amends. Amends. We realize we weren't kind to you. Elena almost laughed. Weren't kind. That was one way to put it. You destroyed my confidence, made me feel worthless, threw me away like trash. The parents flinched. But Elena continued, you also led me to Marcus, to real love, to the life I was meant to have. She looked at them calmly. So, in a strange way, thank you. Does this mean, can you forgive us? Her mother asked. Elena considered. The old hurt was still there, but it had lost its power. I can forgive, she said, but I can't forget, and I won't pretend we're close. We understand, her father said. You're welcome to visit. Occasionally, but this is my home now. These are my people. Her parents nodded, grateful for even that much. After they left, Marcus found Elena in the garden. How was that? He asked. Satisfying, Elena said. But also sad. Sad. They missed so much by not seeing who I really was. Marcus pulled her close. Their loss. Completely their loss. Elena leaned into his warmth. I love you, she said. I love you too. They'd both found their way out of darkness. Together. 5 years later, Elena walked through her medical clinic. The first of its kind in the county. Patients filled the waiting room. Men, women, children, all seeking her help. She smiled at Mrs. Davies, who now managed the clinic. How many today? Elena asked. 23. And Dr. Hayes sent word. Your Edinburgh certification arrived. Elena's heart soared. Official recognition. She was now a licensed healer. Marcus appeared in the doorway. Still handsome, still kind, but no longer haunted. Dr. Elena Thornfield, he said proudly. She laughed. It does have a nice sound. And note, their house had changed too. Children's laughter echoed through halls that once stood silent. Little Sarah, named for Marcus's sister, age 3, dark hair, bright eyes. Baby James, 6 months old. Elena's miracle after the doctors said she might never conceive. Mama, Sarah ran to her. Look what Papa taught me. She showed off a perfect curtsy. Beautiful, darling, Elena said. Just like you. Marcus watched them together. His wife, his children, his joy. That evening, they sat by the fire, just like their first winter together. But everything was different now. Elena wore confidence like a crown. Marcus had found peace. Their love had grown from careful friendship to passionate devotion. Do you ever think about it? Marcus asked. How we almost didn't happen. What do you mean? If your family hadn't been so cruel, if mine hadn't been so desperate to marry me off, we might never have met. Elena considered this. I think we would have found each other, she said. Somehow, somewhere. You think so? Broken souls recognize each other. We were both looking for healing. Marcus kissed her temple. I love your mind, he said. I love your heart, she replied. Shit. The village school, Elena, had started now had 3 teachers, over 60 students. The medical clinic served 5 counties. Elena had written a book about herbal healing. It was being published in London. She was invited to speak at medical conferences. The woman with a limp who'd revolutionized rural healthcare. But success hadn't changed her. She was still gentle, still kind, still amazed by her good fortune. True. One Sunday after church, they walked through the cemetery. Elena laid flowers on Sarah's grave. "I wish I could have met her," Elena said. "She would have loved you," Marcus replied. "You would have been great friends." Elena touched the headstone. "I try to honor her memory through the clinic. The children I help. You do." Every day. They stood in comfortable silence. Then little Sarah tugged at Elena's skirt. "Mama, who is this?" "Your Aunt Sarah. Your papa's sister. The one I'm named for." "Yes, darling. Was she pretty like you?" Elena's heart melted. Pretty. Her daughter thought she was pretty. "She was beautiful," Marcus said. "Inside and out. Just like your mama." Walking home, Elena reflected on her journey. From the unwanted girl with a limp to the respected healer with a loving family. From feeling worthless to knowing her true value. From being called flawed to being celebrated as perfect. Not perfect in body, but perfect in spirit. Perfect in purpose. Perfect in love. Yay! That night, as she tucked little Sarah into bed, her daughter asked, "Mama, will you tell me a story?" "What kind of story?" "A true one, about a princess who was sad but became happy." Elena smiled. "I know just the story." She sat on the bed, smoothed her daughter's hair. "Once upon a time there was a girl who thought she was broken." Outside, Marcus listened from the hallway. His wife's voice, telling their story. Their daughter's sleepy questions. He smiled. Once, this house had echoed with loneliness. Now it rang with love. Once, he'd been a man haunted by guilt. Now he was simply happy. Elena emerged from the nursery, saw him waiting. "Good story?" he asked. "The best kind," she said. "True love. Happy ending. Dreams coming true." He took her hand. "Come on, Dr. Thornfield. Let's go home." "We are home," Elena said. And they were. They'd both traveled long, painful roads to reach this place. But it had been worth every step, every tear, every struggle, every moment of doubt, because it had led them here, to each other, to love, to the life they'd built together. Elena no longer limped through life. She walked tall, proud, strong. The girl once called flawed had become a woman called blessed, and she would never, ever be broken again. Years passed like pages in a beautiful book. Their children grew. Their love deepened. Their legacy spread. The clinic became a hospital. The school became a college. Elena's name was remembered long after she was gone. Not as the girl with a limp, but as the healer who saved thousands, the teacher who educated generations, the woman who proved that worth isn't measured by perfection, but by purpose. And Marcus, he was remembered as the man who saw gold where others saw only flaws, who loved completely, proudly, forever. Their story became legend in the county, a reminder that sometimes the most broken people find the most beautiful healing. Sometimes the most unlikely matches create the strongest bonds. Sometimes love doesn't just happen. It's built day by day, choice by choice, moment by moment, until it becomes unbreakable, until it becomes perfect. Not perfect because it's flawless, but perfect because it's real. Perfect because it's theirs. Perfect because it's love.